you selling your home and moving into rented accommodation? Then this video is for you. Hello, I'm Ross, co-owner of Knights, the letting specialist. I've been a property professional for 20 years now, and the videos I make are for landlords, tenants and property investors as we discuss all things residential letting related. You've made a decision to sell your property and move into a rented property. And you're probably thinking, well, it isn't that hard, Ross, and I don't know why you need a video to explain it. Well, if you've seen any of my other videos, things are rarely as easy and straightforward as they seem. We get lots of inquiries from people that are looking to do just this, sell a property and move into rented property every week. And I thought I'd make this quick video just to provide you with the information you need so that if you're watching this video before you start out on your journey, you can arm yourself accordingly with the information and just protect yourself from stress and just make things a little bit easier for you. So we get a vast amount of inquiries from people who are selling a property which is under offer and they're looking to move into a rented accommodation, which is great. However, what most of them don't understand is that until they've exchanged contracts on their sale, we won't take a reservation deposit from them because there isn't any point. Because if they're reliant on the sale of that property in order to move forward, then there's no certainty involved in the transaction. And remember, as part of the Tenant Fees Act 2019, there is a 15-day deadline for agreement now, by which time the ingoing tenant of the property must sign the contract and pay the move-in balance. So if you reserve a property, you've got to be sure that you are going to go ahead with it, because you're throwing away your money if you don't, because the agent can keep your reservation deposit. And you're just wasting your time, you're wasting the landlord's time, and you're stressing yourself out when you don't need to. So this is why this information is so valuable. What you need to do is just plan ahead. You need to make sure that your selling agent and your solicitor and everyone involved in your chain of the sale of your house knows that you are going to go into rented accommodation, and you will need 4 to 6 weeks in between exchange of contracts and completion in order for you to find somewhere to live, just to protect your interests and give you some breathing space. Because it puts us in a very difficult position when someone calls and they're under offer on the sale of their house and they think they're getting a bit close to exchanging contracts, but they're not sure, and they want to view a house to rent, and we explain this to them and they're reliant on that sale and they can't move. It's all a bit too last minute, it's all a bit too late. And if they'd have just known this information at the start, they could have created that space they need in order just to have a bit more time and a bit more breathing space. So it's really important that you have that communication with your selling agent and with your solicitor and the people in your chain, and just make sure everyone knows the situation from the very, very start. Now, it's important for me to say there are exceptions to this, and there are people that, you know, everyone's financial situation differs. So some people aren't reliant on the sale of their property in order to commit to a rental contract. Most people are, but some people aren't, and that's great for them. Those people, it doesn't matter what they do with their property. If the sale falls through, if the buyer pulls out, if something happens with them, no, it doesn't matter. They can still commit and move into a rented property because they have the financial means to be able to do so. But for the vast majority of people, they need to exchange contracts on their sale before they move. You know, any solicitor worth their salt and any selling agent will tell you you've got to exchange first before you commit to a rental, because you're just setting yourself up for crushing disappointment. And really, if you think about it, if you want to view and reserve a rental property without exchanging on your sale and you are reliant on that sale, it's kind of like walking into a car showroom and saying, I'd like to test drive and buy this car, but I haven't got any money at the moment and I don't know if I ever will have any money, but can I buy it anyway? Or can I put a deposit down on it? You just wouldn't do it, would you? So we find that if we explain this to people, they're very understanding, somewhat frustrated, but very understanding. But it's just a little bit too late for them at that point, so it's a bit stressful. That's why I made this video, so that you can arm yourself with the information, plan ahead, and the whole thing will be a bit more relaxed and calm.